Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Kristen, and today I'll be sharing with you a short and sweet restorative practice for stress relief and to help unwind the mind and the body. Whenever you're ready, we'll get started in a seated position. So just begin to find your way into any comfortable seat that feels good in your body, and resting your hands in whatever position feels good for you. When you feel ready, closing down your eyes, begin to draw your awareness into your breath. And just taking these first few moments to notice the natural rhythm of your breath, observing how your breath feels in your body today. Settling fully into a state of presence and giving yourself permission to set that analytical part of the mind in the back seat. Gently releasing any need to force, analyze, criticize, or react to any of the sensations that you notice. And gently releasing any of the extra tensions or efforts in your physical body. Allow all your little facial muscles to soften and let go. Relax your shoulders down your back. And soften any extra efforts in your hips or your hamstrings. Gently press your tailbone down into the ground and grow just a little bit taller through your spine, lifting up through your heart, through the crown of your head, and take a little deeper breath in. And sigh that breath out. Do that again. Nice deep breath in, a little bit bigger this time, finding a pause at the top of that breath. And sigh, let it out. Take one more breath like that. Nice full inhale. Little pause at the top of this breath. And sigh it out, let it go. On your next inhale, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. And on your exhale, roll those shoulders down and back. Do that again. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders up. Exhale, roll back, open up your chest. Sit onto your right hand, so pressing that right palm into the ground and sitting onto your fingertips. If that's too intense, you can just place your right hand on the ground, and when you're ready, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Steady your breath in and out through your nose. Soften again any of the extra tensions in your body. Letting your facial muscles relax. Letting go through your hips. And allowing that left shoulder to relax just a little bit more. Take a breath that you notice. And a full breath out. And take one more breath in. And stay for that breath out. And very gently bring your head back up through center. Peel your right hand out. Use an inhale to squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. And on your exhale, roll them down and back. Open up that chest. Nice reset. This time, sit onto your left hand. And again, if that doesn't work for you, just pressing that left hand into the ground, palm facing down. And when you're ready, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Steady your breath. And begin to soften. Notice how the body oftentimes starts to pick up tension in the transitions. And every time you land in a new place, just coming back to that present awareness and letting go of anything that's not serving you physically, releasing any extra tension mentally, releasing any of the thoughts taking you out of this present moment. Take a breath that you notice and soften with this breath out. One more time, take a breath in. Stay for that full breath out. And very gently bring your head back up through center. Peel that left hand out. One more time, inhale, squeeze those shoulders up to your ears. And on your exhale, roll them down and back. This time, bring your fingers to interlace at your low back, pressing your knuckles away from you. Steady your breath. Option to tuck your chin down to your chest or bow forward if that feels good for you. Soften again in your face and your hips if need be. Take a full breath in and sigh that out. Peek over your right shoulder. Take a breath in and an easy breath out. And gently come back through center. Peek over your other shoulder. Take a breath in and breathe out. Come back through center for one deep breath and sigh that out. And gently release your hands. On your inhale, sweep your arms up high. And on your exhale, cactus your arms, open up your chest. Maybe bringing your elbows down further into a W shape if that feels better for you. Steady that breath and squeeze your shoulder blades back, almost like they would pinch together on your spine. Spread your fingers and your palms out wide. Take a full breath in and sigh it out. On your inhale, T-shape your arms, spread them wide, pull your hands back. And on your exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee. On your next breath in, reach that left arm up high. And on your exhale, lean to the right, creating a nice stretch through your left side body. And making sure that there's space between your collarbones and your ears. So keeping that left shoulder plugged into the back. No crunching up towards the ear. Steady that breath. And soften anything that's not serving you. Letting go of any of the extra tensions or efforts. Take a breath in. And breathe out. One more time, take a full breath here. Lean into that exhale. And engage your core. Rise back up through center on your inhale. And on your exhale, twist to the left, dropping those left fingertips down to the ground. Use your next breath in to lift tall through your spine. Lift your heart up through your chest. And on your exhale, engage the core to twist deeper. Keeping little to no weight in those back fingertips. Gentle press down with your tailbone. Let those shoulders draw down and back to really open up across your chest. Take one full breath in. And stay for this breath out. On your inhale, come back through center. Reach both arms up high. And on your exhale, cactus those arms, open up your chest, spread your fingers wide. Take one deep breath and sigh that out. On your next breath in, T-shape your arms, spread them wide, draw your palms back. Use your exhale to bring that left hand to your right knee. Next breath in, when it comes, reach your right arm up high. And on your exhale, lean to the left. Steady your breath. Keep that right hip anchored down into the ground and elongate all the way through your right fingertips. Elongating your neck muscles away from your collarbones, creating space between that right shoulder and right ear. Take a breath in. Soften with this breath out. One more like that, deep breath. And lean into your breath out. Next, inhale, engage the core to rise back up through center. And on your exhale, twist to the right, lightly dropping those right fingertips down to the ground. Use your breath in to grow tall through your spine. And on the exhale, engage the core to twist just a little bit deeper. Allow those shoulder blades to draw down and back. Soften any extra tension in your hips, your hamstrings. Soften around your face and your neck. Take one full breath here. And stay for a full breath out. On your inhale, come back through center. Reach both arms up high. On your exhale, bring your palms to touch and gently draw those hands down to heart center. Take a moment here. Feel your breath. Take a breath in and let that go. Gently release your hands. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Shake them out a little bit. And take your legs wide apart. Bring your right hand either to your right leg on your shin or the ground inside of your right leg. And when you're ready, take that left arm up and over your left ear, reaching towards your right foot, creating a stretch through your left side body. Steady your breath and allow your shoulders to soften down your back. Keep your core muscles engaged. And keep that left hip pressing down. Take a breath here. Lean into your breath out. On the inhale, engage your core to come back up through center and switch, dropping that left hand down, reaching that right arm up high on a breath in, and lean to the left with your exhale. Keeping the core muscles engaged to protect your spine, and anchoring down with that right hip, just gently pressing it into the ground. Elongate your neck muscles away from your collarbones. Take a breath in and breathe out. On your inhale, engage the core to rise back up through center. When you're ready, slowly start to walk your hands out in front of you into a fold, creating a long spine. So rather than rounding your spine or hunching over to create a deeper fold, just focus on reaching your heart out towards your hands, letting those shoulders stay relaxed on the back, and keeping active feet, so either pointing or flexing with the toes, maybe a little bit of both. Feel that length in your spine and send your breath all the way down to your tailbone. Nice deep breath in. Bow just a little bit deeper with this breath out. And then very gently begin to walk yourself back into a seat. Extend your legs together back out in front of you. Shake them out a little bit. Bend your right knee, bringing that right heel to the outside of your right hip. Option to stay sitting tall or walk yourself back into a little bit of a reclined position, maybe coming down to your forearms or maybe coming all the way down onto the ground if that feels good for you. And remember, no need to force the body into any deeper posture than it is ready to go. It doesn't have to be forced to be effective, so finding yourself into a space of balance between the effort and the ease. Resting in a position where your body can relax and find ease in the shape. Steady your breath. Allow that left leg to fully release, letting go of your left hip and glute muscle. Feeling your tailbone and your hip bones get just a little bit heavier. Relax around your face and your neck. Soften even more in that right hamstring and right side glute. Take a deep breath that you notice. And let something go with this breath out. Do that one more time here. Nice deep breath in. And soften with your breath out. If you are reclined, gently begin to walk yourself back into that seated position and roll your weight onto that left hip, taking the weight off of your right leg, extending it back out long, and shake your legs out a little bit to release. And when you're ready, find your way to your left side, bending that left knee, bringing your left heel to the outside of your left hip, and gently easing into whatever position you'd like to rest in stillness. Notice this side may be different than the last side. Oftentimes, one half of the body is a little more flexible or stronger than the other. So just being present with your body to notice what you need on this side. And honoring if it's something different than the last side. Bring your awareness back to your breath. And can you deepen and elongate each breath? Nice, slow, steady, rhythmic breath. That breath that sends the signal, the message to our body and our nervous system that it's safe to relax, allowing the muscles to release and the mind to relax. Let that right leg relax completely, releasing any effort in your glutes or your hip flexors. Feeling your tailbone sink a little heavier, and softening that low part of the spine. Letting go just a little more in your facial muscles. Take a slow, full breath that you notice. And soften just a little bit more with this breath out. And do that one more time. Nice deep breath here. And clear that out. Let it go. If you are reclined, begin to make your way back up to that seated position. And to come out, gently rolling your weight onto that right hip, extending that left leg back out long and shaking your legs out for a little release. And let's meet in a tabletop position as you're ready. Take just a few moments here to move around in whatever way feels good for you. And cultivating that deep, steady breath as you move, maybe swiveling around in circles or shifting your weight forward and back. Peeking over one shoulder and then the other, or rotating your hips and your head in some circles, and just allowing the body to move around in whatever organic way feels good. Spread your fingers wide across your mat. Actively press down through your palms and your finger pads. Take one more full cycle of breath in your own flow. Let's settle back to a neutral spine. On an inhale, come to cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your heart, pull those shoulders back. And on your exhale, cat pose, round your spine, chin to chest, hips in towards the belly. 2 more cycles, cow pose. Elongate this breath a little bit deeper. Find that pause at the top. And cat pose as your exhale, empty even more air from your lungs. Press the earth away from you. One more time, cow pose on a nice big breath. Press into your palms. And cat pose, empty that out. Settle back to a neutral spine and come to downward facing dog. Take a brand new breath as you land. And sigh that out. Now steady that breath in and out through your nose. Allow your head to drop and your neck to fully release. Spread your fingers out wide and actively press the earth away from you. Draw your heart back towards your knees and gently lift up through the pit of your belly. Taking a moment to take any movements that feel good for you, pedaling out the knees or shaking your hips, your head. Take a deep breath in and clear that out. On your inhale, lift your heels up high. As you exhale, tiptoe all the way up to meet your wrist, ragdoll. Plant your feet about hip width distance or wider and bow over your legs. Allowing your knees to bend as much as you'd like. Your hands can drop down towards the ground or you can grab opposite hand to opposite elbow. Connect with your breath. Feel free to incorporate any movements that feel good here. Maybe swaying your spine side to side, bending one knee and then the other. Or rocking your chest forward and back, shaking your head yes and no. Lift and spread all 10 toes, wake them up. And lightly relax them back down. Let those shoulders shrug a little bit heavier, release your neck. Take one deep breath in. And a full breath out. Release your palms. Take a halfway lift on your breath in. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Pull those shoulders together on your back. And forward fold on your breath out. Do that again. Halfway lift. Lengthen. Press the crown of your head away. Press into your heels. Deep breath. Fold a little bit deeper at the bottom of this exhale. This time, rise all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Soft bend in the knees. Neck and head come up very last. Reach up high on that full breath. Forward fold on your breath out, nice and slow. Take it easy on the way down. Halfway lift on your breath in. High plank, step back. And drop your knees, lower all the way down to your belly, planting those palms on either side of the chest. Use an inhale when it comes to lift to cobra. Press into your palms and your finger pads. Steady that breath. Draw your elbows in towards your rib cages and draw your shoulders onto your back so that heart is lifting up through the chest. Soften around the face and your neck. Press down with your hip points and lift up with the pit of your belly. Take a breath in and breathe out. Peek over your right shoulder. Press into your palms. Draw that left shoulder back. Take a breath and breathe out. And peek over your other shoulder now. Drawing that right shoulder back. Take a breath And breathe out. And come back through center. Take one breath in. And tabletop as you exhale to child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch. Take your knees wide. Ground your forehead down. Stretch your fingers out towards the top edge of your mat. And maybe drawing your elbows, your arms a little bit wider apart if that feels good. Allowing your chest and your upper back a little more room to relax. Steady your breath. Let your spine release. Let your belly and your hips sink down. Release your shoulders and your neck muscles and melt into the support of the ground beneath you. Take a deep breath here and sigh that out. And very gently begin to walk yourself back into a seat. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Option for 3 different hip openers, your choice. Double pigeon, stacking your right shin over top of your left, trying to stack knees over heels, and it may not look exactly like that for you. Your heel may be more on your shin, and you can always take a pillow or a cushion underneath that right knee or between the right heel and the left shin. Option number 2, half pigeon, crossing that right shin out in front of you and extending your left leg straight back. And your right shin may not be parallel right in front of you. Horizontally, you may be bringing that right heel closer towards your left hip. You can stay in the awakened pigeon with your spine upright, getting a little back bend, or you can bow into the sleeping pigeon. And third and final option, recline pigeon. Coming onto your back and crossing that right ankle over the left thigh. You can stay with that left foot planted on the ground and gently press that right knee away from you, or you can hug your legs in towards your chest, wrapping your hands around the back of that left thigh or left shin. Wherever you're at, finding stillness now and bringing your awareness back to your breath. Allow your shoulders to soften down your back, gently releasing all of the tension in your facial muscles, your jaw, releasing any of that extra effort or resistance in your hip flexors or your glute muscles. Softening in the belly and creating that deep, steady, rhythmic breath. Knowing that there are 2 types of breath in our body. The breath of survival mode, which is that short, shallow, sometimes rapid breath, which sends the signal and the message to our body to be in that survival mode. Prevents our muscles from relaxing, prevents our mind from relaxing, prevents that flow of oxygen into our blood. And the second type of breath, being that deep rhythmic breath, those elongated cycles of breath, which sends the message to our body, to our mind and our nervous system that it is safe to let go. That's when our muscles begin to fully release. We allow that steady flow of rich oxygen into our blood and our muscle tissues, into our brain. And to keep it really simple, just taking it one breath at a time. Allowing yourself to notice anything that comes up, any tensions or sensations in the body or the mind, and just letting them float on by. No need to react or judge or analyze anything at all, but just observing and coming back to that new breath every time. Take a full breath that you notice. And let something go with this breath out. And do that one more time. Nice deep breath here. And let that go. And very gently begin to find your way out of whatever position you're in. Taking a moment to release your hips. You can windshield wiper your knees side to side or shake your legs out. And when you're ready, finding your way to your left side, your position of choice. Settling into stillness and bringing your awareness back into your breath. Creating that breath that brings ease to the body and the mind, and truly noticing how that feels in your body, mentally and physically, when you allow yourself to slow down, be present with the body. Observing all the sensations that you notice in the body and the mind from a place of non-reaction, non-judgment. Soften any of those extra efforts or tensions in your body. Release more in your glute muscles and your hip flexors. Let those shoulders soften down the back. Relax around your forehead, your eyelids, and your jaw. Soften the muscles in your neck. And can you tune your awareness to what feels good here? And if it doesn't feel good physically, settling into a place in your mental body where it feels good in the knowing that on the other side of discomfort brings more ease, more release. Take a full breath in and soften more with this breath out. One more time, take a deep breath here. And let that go. And very gently begin to unwind from whatever position you're in, extending your legs out long, shaking them out, taking any releasing movements. If you are in a seated position, stretching those legs out long, reaching up high on a breath in, and finding a fold on your breath out, lengthening that spine towards your toes. And if you're on your back, sending those heels up towards the sky, wrapping your hands around the backs of your hamstrings or your knees and drawing your legs in towards your chest, stretching out the backs of the hamstrings. Wherever you're at, flexing your toes back towards your knees or pointing them away from you, whatever feels best in your body. Allow those shoulders to soften. Take one deep breath. And bow with that breath out. And very gently begin to release and find your way all the way onto your back if you're not there already. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Maybe a little rock side to side to massage the spine. And take a happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Draw your knees down towards your side bodies. Steady that breath. Draw your tailbone down towards the ground, lengthening out that low spine. Taking any movements that feel good. Take one deep breath in. And stay for that breath out. And very gently release your feet. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And take them over to the right for a supine twist. Planting that left shoulder on the ground and keeping your upper back, both shoulder blades grounded. Option to look over your left shoulder if that feels good on your neck. Begin to release all of the efforts in your body. Sinking heavy into that right side hip. Releasing all the little muscles in your face and your neck. Take a breath. And sink a little heavier with that breath out. On your inhale, engage the core to come back through center and twist over to the left. Anchoring that right shoulder down, keeping both shoulders grounded here. Option to look over that right shoulder and steady that breath. Melt into that left side hip. Soften the front side of your chest and let your shoulders sink a little heavier. Releasing your neck muscles, your jaw, and your face. Take a breath in and melt with that breath out. On your inhale, engage the core to come back through center. Land in Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Drop those knees out wide. Option to rest your hands anywhere on your body, on your hips. Maybe left hand over heart and right hand over belly. Close down those eyes if you haven't already. Draw your awareness inward. Feeling that rise and fall of your chest and belly with each cycle of breath. Allowing every muscle, every bone in your body to get heavy now. Surrendering fully into the support of the ground beneath you. Releasing from the back of your head, the back of your neck, all the way down your spine to your tailbone. Freedom to stay exactly as you are now, or begin to find your way into your final resting pose of choice. Freedom to stretch out, take up space. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Soften at the soles of your feet. Releasing, relaxing all 10 toes and softening on the tops of your feet to your ankles. Releasing all the muscles, bringing softness up your shins and the backs of your calves. Softening, releasing a little bit more the backs of your knees, the top sides of your knees. Letting that softness spread up your hamstrings, the inner and outer sides of your quads. Softening now in your hip flexors, your pelvic floor. Relaxing those glute muscles. Releasing around the low spine and low belly. Softening in the pit of your belly, your core muscles. Releasing your side bodies. Bringing softness around the rib cages, up into the chest and the upper back, the shoulder blades. Releasing, letting go from the tops of your shoulders, down your biceps, into your elbows, your forearms, the palms of your hands and all 10 fingers. Softening all of your neck muscles and releasing all the little muscles in your face, from your lips to your cheeks, to your temples, your eyelids, your forehead, and the entire crown of your head. Letting go completely. Savasana. Draw your awareness back into your physical body, inviting some gentle movement, bringing life back into the body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, maybe rocking your head side to side. Take a full body stretch, reach your arms up over your head. Let your spine lift up off of the ground. Take a deep breath in and sigh that out. Very gently roll onto your right side, fetal position. Letting that right side of your face rest onto your right arm and taking just a few moments here before walking away from your practice today to check in with your body. Notice anything that's shifted from the time that you landed on your mat today. Thanking your body for all that it allows you to do. As you are ready, bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. And draw your hands together at heart center. Taking these last few moments to seal the practice with gratitude. Sending deep love and appreciation into your body. And sending that same deep love and appreciation back into the world around you. Take a breath in and let that go. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this practice, and thank you for showing up for yourself, showing up for your body. I hope that this practice brought you great nourishment. And to stay up to date with new content, as well as events and retreats and ceremonies all over the world, be sure to follow and subscribe to Botanic Body Yoga on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit my website for more. Have a wonderful rest of your day.